Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time now that you can run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a fantastic start to your Thursdays here. Hopefully we get ourselves a very good run. And as always, thank you all very much for all the support here on this video and all the other videos on my channel. Even the non-Isaac stuff is doing very well. I do appreciate it a whole lot. Here's your amazing artwork of the day submitted here by Marful9. Great name, by the way. That thread on the Sinvicta subreddit was logo, and then in the thread they said, first time posting but watched Sinvicta videos for years. Got inspired by seeing some of the other art for the day of the post. Other art of the day posts. Easy for me to say. This was a quick sketch I did of the logo. I hope you enjoy. If this was a quick sketch, I'd love to see how you do it with actually taking time, because that is already eons better than I ever could with an unlimited amount of time. So it looks awesome. Thank you, Marful. I hope you continue to post your art on the subreddit because I'd love to see it. And honestly, like, I was thinking about this the other day. Oh my gosh. Charlie 7 Victor 2 Kilo Tango Whiskey. I was thinking about this the other day about how much I would love to have just a more solid collection of artwork that people have given me over the years. I do have some things that have been provided to me by artists in the Mosh Pit over the years. Some were very kind enough to donate their art to me, and I have them up in the office. But it would be, for me, it would be really awesome to just see even more artwork that people have sent in and created, and then maybe do like a gallery walkthrough one day of which makes it sound like I have a massive house, which by gallery walkthrough I mean me showing images of me showing like a scrapbook. That's not. So that's about as far removed from a gallery as it can possibly be. We have Suntorium here. I'm glad that we got a tier. I'm glad that we did get a tiers upgrade. And also, of course, we're starting with Pyromaniac, which means that we have, or sorry, not Pyromaniac, but Pyro, which means that we have 99 bombs to start with. So bombs are not an issue on this run at all. At all. We also have a High Priestess card, which is great because I'm not going to. That's why I'm basically using Suntorium. My point of all this was that the reason why I'm using Suntorium so aggressively right now, despite having no soul hearts up until recently, is because we've got the High Priestess card. I don't have to worry about the boss dunking us. So if we can get a. Well, no, I guess we do have a key. We can go back and use those bombs against the in that big rock there, in the big rock room, with the red chest and the steel chest and the golden chest. I definitely should. For right now, we have to take out Gemini, and Gemini is not going to fight too hard here. I just stomp on him. Just get rid of him. I'd rather do that than lose my Claudies. All right, so off to a really powerful start here, thanks to Sumptorium. Sumptorium's going to take a half heart, whether it be a red heart or a soul heart or a bone heart or an eternal heart, and turn it into a Claudie, which is what you see right here. And they inherit all of Isaac's stats and tier effects, which is just incredible. And I'm hoping that we end up getting 9 volt as well. 9 volt will be a great benefit, not only to Sumptorium, but also just to the run in general. So we get Super Sumptorium. Yeah, this does take a lot of bombs here. That's why it's a pretty big investment, but it can be worth it. It wasn't. Child's Heart's actually not bad either here for Sumptorium anyway. It's going to give us a little drip feed of HP. More scent would get us to another heart, but I think we're going to be okay. Yep, okay. Good. So very, very powerful start here, I gotta say. And if we can get some range up and get some more damage, we're gonna be golden. We're going to last week's question of the episode, which I think that at this point we just need to start calling this the Sea Dog question of the hour episode. Question of the episode hour. This one coming in from Sea Dog because that's the most upvoted question again. Sea Dog says, question of the episode, how many hours do you currently have according to Isaac according to Steam? Currently I just crossed 6,550.5 hours. 6,550.5 hours is what I'm at. I don't know. The only person I know who has more time in Isaac than I do at this point is Zombolas. And that's been verified because I've seen it. So Zombolas is the only person that I am aware of that has more time than I do. And I'm not saying that I've got like a record or something. I know that there's other Isaac players who play the game even longer than I have. But just out of the people that I personally know, Zombolas is the one who beats me there on that. And it's still not my most played game. I will very easily verify that. World of Warcraft absolutely still takes the cake in terms of playtime for me. Look at the size of this map, man. Take a shot every time Sinvicta says, "Look at the size of this map." In recent episodes, I know we harp on it a lot. It is true, though. I mean, like, look at this. You know, it's not like we're just incessantly saying these things just to fill dead air or something. It's like, no, these are legitimately ridiculously sized labyrinth maps that are not Curse the XL. We still haven't found our item room or shop. It is pouring outside again, which I'm okay. Like, I'm all for. But by the way, I want to say thank you to everybody who expressed concern about the flooding with everything that's going on. Fortunately, we're nowhere near the area of Texas that was flooded and everything. But I do have family who is closer to that area, and they are thankfully fine. But I do appreciate everybody who was worried about me, and, you know, house and home and property. Look at the size of this map. This is ridiculous, man. Like, look at this. This is floor 2 on a non-XL floor, man. This might be the most egregious violation of the new patch map system that I've ever seen. That is ridiculous, the size of this current map that we are on. That is unbelievable. We don't even have a key to get into the shop. I mean, that is outrageous. Now, I will say this. I need to make sure that I mention, because I am aware of how it works in terms of, like, the map generation and stuff. I need to acknowledge the fact that, yes, these rooms, the double rooms, the L-shaped rooms, the Wyatt rooms, and everything like that, they spawn at the same frequency now as regular size 1x1 rooms do. So that is probably contributing to the illusion of there being just a massive shift in how the game generates maps. I am aware that the larger rooms after the patch, and I don't know if this is deliberate or not, but I am aware that they are spawning pretty much at the same frequency of 1x1 rooms, and that's why they're showing up so much more often. Now, to also say this, I have nothing to back that up. I have no no knowledge of the actual programming when it goes into the maps, but I do know that they are being weighted differently, and that's why we're seeing these ridiculously sized maps come out of seemingly nowhere. Because all the big rooms are showing up with the same frequency that smaller rooms are now. Lost a Claudia. How dare you? We're about to lose another Claudia, unfortunately. Trying to keep him safe. Trying to keep you guys safe, Claudies. Oh. Oh yeah, we still don't have a key. Silly me. Okay. We get Athame here from the Devil Deal, which I'm happy about. Game keeps shooting down all of our Claudies. Okay, Okay, so we've gotten to the Soul Heart. That blue Claudie is the same as any other Claudie, except it was taken from our Soul Heart, which is the reason why it's blue. So we got to be careful with our usage here. I know that we have a decent amount of HP, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's not something you want to get a habit of doing, of just wasting HP. Especially for Suntorium. Suntorium can be quite dangerous if you're not paying attention. Pretty much had to try to get some sort of key here, but apparently that's just not in the cards here. I'm happy that we have Athame, though. Athame is going to proc on enemy death, and when it does, it's great. That black ring of brimstone that comes out and does a lot of damage. And I don't know, it's probably not right to call it brimstone, a brimstone's ring, because it's not brimstone. It acts like brimstone. You know, but that's like saying Maw of the Void has a brimstone effect, which I don't know about that one. Are we gonna get any key at all? No, just no keys at all whatsoever. Zero, just nada. There's one key to start us off here, game, is all I'm asking. Okay, so there's that. So we go, and we get an orbital too. You get a double deal, and yep. Okay, maybe there's a chest over here that we can get a key out of and not have to skip the entirety of everything. No. We should try to see if we can bomb our way into the shop, since we do have plenty of bombs, although I already tried bombing there and it wasn't there. It can't be over this side. So this would be a weird, awkward spot for it. And yep. Okay, so yep. We'll take Gimpy. Although we just lost all of our Claudies because of that one schmoovin' spider. So, oh wow, there's 10 cents there. Not that it matters, of course, because we can't get into the shop, but I guess we're just gonna head on down. That was this definitely was a floor that existed. Now, thankfully, unlike last Thursday's episode, we are not in a crawl situation. It's funny, game. Thankfully, we are not in a crawl situation yet. It's going to be kind of hard for us to be in one, given the fact that we have Sumptorium. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. Not getting an item on the last floor because of the fact, or the shop on the last floor because we just didn't get a key, however, is a little concerning. Can't have that happen too many times. This is just the death of all of our Claudies in this room. Need Child's Heart. I need you to step it up. I need you to get us some HP here, son. Yeah, I told you all the Claudies. This is just coded to make sure you lose all your Claudies. Okay, so it's just gonna be a bomb. It's gonna be a bomb upgrade bonanza today. I mean, if we're gonna get Pyro, if we start with Pyro, we might as well get things that are gonna synergize with it. And Bomber Boy definitely does a absolute butt ton of damage to everything. Gotta be careful. You're seeing the lack of range right here, and the problems that's posing because of number 1. And we could definitely stand to get more damage here. Our movement speed is not too bad. 1.4 is definitely acceptable for where we are in the game. Our clots, if they can stay alive, they're doing their part. I'm trying to do my part and keep them alive as much as I can. But it would definitely be a lot easier if we had more damage. If we had more damage to deal, we could kill things a lot faster, which means that we don't have to worry about them taking out all of our clotties. Game wasted the last second before we finally get our first shop in a while, it feels like. Our secret room is right there, and yeah. That's going to be a lot of clotties there right before the boss, and I'm happy to have that. Treasure map will absolutely take. Might as well bomb the keeper. We got tons of bombs, and might as well check out this. Okay. Empress card's fine. Luckily, the 9 volt, it doesn't decrease the amount of time, or it doesn't speed up the recharge time of Sumptorium. It just simply decreases the amount of time it takes for you to use it again, which is nice. It cuts it in half, which is nice. You don't really need to be spamming Sumptorium unless you just have a surplus of HP out of nowhere. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get another HP upgrade. No devil deal. All right, the Clot army is back, baby. It was a good floor. Not going to humor the haunted chest. If we have to come back there because the game doesn't give us a key, then whatever, but we just got one there, so screw you, game. Excuse me? What? Okay, what hit us up here, game? In what world did we get hit up here? It was a wall crawler. It's not like it spit creep anywhere. What was that? You tell me the green champion split and just happened to put itself on the other wall, huh? Okay. Game's pulling out some Major League BS today. And yes, one random weird hit is enough for me to say Major League BS. What constitutes it? Sumptorium usually does a very good job at keeping the riffraff down there, and our item rooms continue to show why they're the GOAT. The clicker was one of those Judging of Isaac episodes that we just never ended up doing, mainly because there's no point. I mean, there's no real strategical value in trying to evaluate the clicker, in my opinion, because it's essentially just for achievement hunting is all you want it for. You can use it, I guess, if you want to throw caution to the wind and you've got no HP and maybe you're looking for the Holy Mantle lost change or something, or maybe Black Judas. I don't know. Yeah, there are very little reasons why I can ever see taking that item. No, I'm not going to play this game. Not going to play your game. I'd rather sacrifice one Clotty than sacrifice them all. The Stars card here. Let's see if we can actually get another devil deal here. Ooh, Bob's Bladder is actually not bad for if we are going to be using our bombs offensively, then Bob's Bladder is not terrible. Of course, it is terrible against Fallen because he's, in the air, but Wow, Fallen just made sure it wiped out all of our Claudies. Oh, great item. Get the pact here. And I think I am going to go back and get Child's Heart. Didn't even use the Empress card. I thought that that Bob's Bladder would make the big bombs lay a large field of creep, as if we had creepy bombs, where the explosion radius was, not just where it is when we plant it, and then just let it kind of slide around the ground, and that's it. Plus, having the HP regen is also very important if we're using Suntorium. I don't know why I went up this way. Boss is not up here, and there goes all of our Claudies again. We get the Pact, which is going to maximize our tiers. But unfortunately, we're out of red hearts now. Yeah. Yeah, so we got a golden key here. Now, of course, you might be wondering how come I'm not using the stars card, and the answer is because, well, we need to try to get out of boss rush, and this eliminates the necessity of me having to run around like a chicken with its head cut off and find the full card, when we can just simply use our stars card and that'll be it. How are you still alive? Thank you. I don't know how we killed the bottom one before the top one. Lover's card is going to be nice, so at least we can get a little bit of our Claudi army back. Come on, Athame. This room's built for you. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, son. Gonna have no accidental fingerings of our tarot card today. Been training in the mountains for the last 2 days, making sure I don't accidentally use things when I'm not supposed to. Let's see what's in our boss rush first. Eden's Blessing. It is gonna give us a tiers upgrade, but we are already capped on tiers, so we get Venus. Took us to a planetarium, which I didn't even know that we had one. So Venus is going to give us a charm effect and also a huge amount of HP. I was hoping that we were going to have maybe a little bit of a stronger tier effect in our Devil Deal. But now we don't have to worry about time. We can take our time here, really decide. We would benefit greatly from the damage up from the negative. Even though 5.86 damage is, well, it's pretty bad. From our perspective, where we are in this run right now, 5.86 is pretty abysmal damage. That's only you know, a point. That's basically only a 2 damage upgrade from where we start from base Isaac. Although now 8-inch nails, of course, pumps that up to 7.51, and that makes it a lot more better. A lot mo better. We just mo better. And we're gonna have a little pause here to get the Clot army back. Feel free to skip ahead if you like. Didn't mean to actually take that heart. Shouldn't have taken that heart. So we're gonna get all of our clots back here and leave with a full spread of hearts. All of our red hearts filled and everything. Now the nice thing about Sumptorium, this is another sort of unsung advantage that you get with it is that it guarantees that you don't have to worry about not being on Polaroid invincibility status. Because you can always, just like IV Bag, you can always get rid of your red hearts in a very safe and controlled way with Sumptorium, instead of you having to hope that you get a half heart or get bogged down with a, you know, oh well, we're gonna take a soul heart here just to try to get a soul heart of damage to try to get down to a half heart. You know, you don't have to worry about anything like that. And it's just another one of those little strategical things that you can get with Isaac that you know, you don't really think about. There's many nuanced aspects to a lot of the items in the game. And people ask me, you know, what, as a new player, what's the number one tip to share from a veteran player standpoint? And that is to learn the items. First the XL, I'm so tempted just to rip this Emperor card. Although it's got to be to the right. I mean, that's, yeah, it has to be over to the southeast. It doesn't make sense to be anywhere else. So look at the wall of bullets that we're throwing out here. Still only have 2 keys. Go Gimpy providing us some more red hearts. Oh my gosh. Plot army is strong. As is the case with most Sumptorium runs. You are your own worst enemy, but unlike something like, say, Ipecac, for example, that can just straight up kill you, Sumptorium can't kill you outright. That's up to you. But it can be, it can put you in a bad situation if you let it. So the trick is to make sure that you understand that your HP now becomes a resource, and kind of pool that. And as long as your build is strong enough to defend what little HP you'll have from just constantly using Sumptorium, you'll be fine. I just nuked like 7 of my own Claudies right there, like a moron. My apologies, Claudie gang. I betrayed you. Although it is a little silly that you would be able to bomb your own Claudies, especially considering how unwieldy they are to move in a big glob of clots. Lack of soul hearts has not been a problem at all in this run. In fact, the most stopping and starting that we're doing is just for me waiting for Sumptorium to recharge. There we go. Nice. We get Blood Clot. It's actually a huge upgrade for us. The reason why Blood Clot's so big is because we have the sheer amount of tiers that we're firing right now allows us to basically get constant procs of Blood Clot. Just have to bear with it. Sorry, Clot gang, we're under fire right now. This gives us Leviathan. I don't like Eye of the Occult in terms of it being an effect, but it is needed. Wow, we are perfectly positioned there. Look at that. But we're going down. Still playing Dune. Been loving Dune Awakening still. There have been some people who've stopped playing the game for whatever reason, and it's fine. I mean, people who have I've had a couple people reach out to tell me that they apologize for not playing the game anymore. They liked it, but they've gotten their fill, and it's like it's no worry, man. It doesn't affect me personally if you decide to stop playing a game that you're not into anymore. Like, it's okay. I do appreciate the sentiment though of them just letting me know. We can remove them and make a new spot in the guild for someone else who wants to join in. Recently saw that Michael A.L. Fox, aka Mouth, after judging all of us for playing Uma Musume, caved and decided to give in to a sub goal to play the game, and of course he loves it because it's a great game. You got to keep your friends honest, you know, even if they don't consider you friends, you got to keep them honest. I don't keep very many friends these days. I don't keep friends, period, really. Spectral Tears would be nice. Twisted Pair means that we can't use Sumptorium anymore. And it's not, to me, it's not worth us taking... It's not worth us losing 3 Soul Hearts just to get Spectral Tears. You know, yes, Ouija board is a tears up, but it's not the end all be all. I'm just doing this for the secret room, by the way. I don't keep very many friends these days, online or offline. I'm too okay with being, maybe not to a bad degree, but I'm very okay with being how I am, and you know, sticking to routine and getting work done, streaming, less friends is less distractions, and you also don't have to take other people's BS along with you, man. Like that's the thing too, is that everyone these days has their own problems and issues that all of a sudden require priority, at least for my personality anyway. Yeah, we'll do a victory lap. Victory lap, second seed here is gonna be, sorry, I had a text message real quick. 0 Juliet 13 triple XP. Okay. Wish we had triple XP right now. That's not to say that I'm not a supportive friend, of course. I mean, with the friends that I do have, I've inherited all their worries and cares, and trying to you know, make things easier for them and help them out when I can, if I have to. I think that's what a good friend does. But in terms of taking on new people, I don't know. Or people who are like, you know, who are passing acquaintances. You see a lot of that in new media, of people kind of coming and going for whatever reason, and you know, it's not really any meaningful relationships. But by that same token, though, I am that sort of sentimental friend who I remember things. It may just be from being part Irish. I don't know. We tend to be a little bit of a grudge holding, spiteful bunch. I'm told anyway. I don't know if that's, not sure if that's racist or not, but you know, I just, for me, for like any of the online acquaintances that I've made over the years, I like to view us as real friends. And being able to do group stuff with them is always great and everything. But there is a certain moment of revelation, I think, in any friend group, where you really you figure out who's actually like, okay, like this person's an actual friend I can talk to, or nah, they don't care about you. They're being friendly just to be cordial, which is fine. You're gonna have lots of people like that. And me personally, I remember things such as the people who wish me happy birthday. That was the biggest turning point for me in a lot of my friend groups that I'm in online circles anyway. Is how many of these people wished me a happy birthday. It's not like I didn't talk about it. It's not like I didn't post it on social media, or everyone knows that I do every single year a 24-hour birthday live stream or some derivative of it, subathon, as of recent years. So there's no way that all of them could have missed something like that. Oh, happy birthday. And that's the kind of thing for me. Like, I'm that type of friend. It's like, oh, you don't need to do a lot of things to make me happy. If you just tell me happy birthday once, you're like, hey, you know what, Invicta, happy birthday. Saw that you were having a subathon, wanted to stop by and just say hello. No, that means a lot. That's the kind of stuff to me that means a lot. That shows a true someone who maybe not be like a massively big friend or something like that, but it shows someone who cares enough to tell you happy birthday. And it may sound a little bit petty, but I'm just telling you how I work. That's how my brain operates. You know, there's other more popular people's birthdays who come up and they're immediately, oh, happy birthday. Oh, we gotta make sure we go check out the streams, that sort of thing. Like, okay. I remember that kind of stuff. It shows me where our allegiances lie. That's why I just don't concern myself with people too much anymore. I'm happy being in my little corner of the internet with the mosh pit, getting work done, staying out of others' business that I have no commentary on or don't care about, and just working, just grinding. It's what we do. And I say that in a loose term, of course. I still maintain that this job has never been a job. You know, if anyone needed convincing of that I don't love what I do, I don't know how else to prove that to the world, that I don't love what I do every single day. I've been doing it for 15 years. You know, I've been playing one game straight for 11 of them, or what year is it? Yeah, 11 years of Isaac. And that's not including vanilla either. That's just in the Rebirth era. You know, some people have said over the years, like, oh, you just play Isaac because it's the game that's popular and it's your main game and you can't give up the breadwinner or anything like that. It's like, no, dude, do you honestly think I'd be playing a game for this long that I just hated, that I just absolutely could not stand to be around? That is to me, that is a wild accusation. You know, I may not play Isaac every live stream, but that's because I also enjoy other games too. But that doesn't mean there's this weird conception in the Isaac community where any game really community, where if you're not playing Isaac 24/7, it's, what happened to Isaac? Did you quit Isaac? What happened? What made you quit? Blah blah blah. It's a wild jump to conclusions. Like, no, dude, I just don't feel like playing Isaac 24/7. Love the game, happy to play it, not wanting to play it 24/7. Can you imagine playing Isaac 24/7? I'd lose my mind. I already lose my mind enough, and we play it once a day. The vigors, the rigmarole that this game puts you through. Who would benefit from going through that 24/7? We don't really have to worry about using some Tori anymore. We got Guppy. Another Curse the XL. We get the Gupster. Yeah, that's what we have on these sort of I wouldn't say dominant runs, but it's just been a good run. I mean, it's a Sumptorium run. You know it's going to be good, especially if the game plays nicely and gives you an adequate amount of HP drops. The car battery is a little bit of an anti-synergy, comparatively speaking, to Sumptorium. Oh my gosh. It does use Sumptorium twice, which means it goes from a half heart to a full heart of use. So you do have to be just very aware of that. Proptosis, Magic Mush, Sumptorium is a brutal combo. I mean, anything gets close range to us. If they even live that long, is toast. Is absolutely cooked, as you saw right there. And that's not even to mention before the damage of the Guppy Flies ramps up and kicks in. I know I could have Bombo in here, but get Pisces, which is going to break the Tears cap for us and give us an unhealthy amount of knockback, especially combined with 8-inch nails. Pandora's Box, it's guaranteed to give us an Angel Deal item. But I don't really care that much about it. Although I wouldn't mind getting the Compass. Moving Box. Steam Sale, I guess. Actually, Steam Sale didn't make any sense. This is our last shop. See, now that I don't get. I don't get how we didn't kill that Vis there before it got the hit off. It's like the mobs gain super armor just to make sure that they get their attached objectives in before they expire. What a weird place for the boss room. I thought it was gonna be over to the west. I mean, it is to the west, but the other west. Get meat. It's gonna give us an HP upgrade as well as a slight damage upgrade. Yeah, now goes Mom. Dunce Cap. Yep. And another XL floor. Okay. So the game just wants us to end this run. Can do, game. Can do. I got horse girls to race. Actually, I gotta go get some food. I haven't been eating very well the last couple of days. I don't know what's been going on. My stomach has been like, no. Food doesn't go in there. And I'm sending it signals and orders like, no, dude, like food goes in you. Like you have to eat. That's how you sustain and not die. And my stomach's like, no, I don't know. We need to reevaluate this mission plan a little bit here. I'm like, no, this is coming from the top. This is coming from the top chain of command here. You take food. I put food in you, and you receive it. That is the order. But you know, it's lately. I don't know what's been going on, man. I'm not gonna fight Hush because it's just an excuse to murder all of our Claudies. We have absolutely nothing to gain out of fighting Hush. I don't know where Isaac is. It's either gonna be due north or due south. But like I don't know what's been going on. I'll take a bite of any food that I like. Even if it's like chicken breast or something I'm really, I'm just a big fan of. I'll take the first bite and instantly feel like I can't add anything else to my mouth, otherwise I will be sick. And then I can't eat anymore. I feel nauseated. It's really strange. And I'm not sick. Like that's the weird thing too, is that I'm not ill. Got no fever, no cough, no sore throat, no anything like that. I mean, I'm very rarely sick. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. But it's been like 3 days now where I've been just not eating quite normally. Maybe it's Isaac's fault. I don't know. Too much spice on Arrakis, I think. I didn't realize how big the Dune franchise was until I started playing Dune. And people who don't even have any interest in maybe not in MMOs, but have huge interest in the franchise itself, have been playing the game. And then only to come to find out that it was like this generation's Star Wars for a lot of people, which is ironic because it came out before Star Wars. My first reaction to Dune was that, dude, this is literally just Star Wars. How is this not the biggest ripoff in the world? Until I found out that no, actually Dune predates Star Wars. It's like, okay, so the shoe has been flipped, I see. Don't ask me why I bombed there. I honestly didn't even know that I had laid a bomb. We're not going to use the conversion card because if I do, all of our Claudies will just go down and we just get an Emperor card. We did get a Sun card, so I will be able to use Sumptorium here, despite it being Curse the Unknown. Anyway, go play Dune. Great game. Also go play Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Also a great game. We do have a Mosh Pit Racing club, by the way, for those of you who are on Uma Musume. Go check it out. I've got I personally have one of the best support cards in the game, so I'm sure you'll see that. But thank you for watching, everybody. Fantastic run. A nice little change from last week's episode for sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button and leave a comment. You all know the routine by now. But as always, it's not routine to say thank you very much for everybody out there who supports my videos, leaves comments, feedback, all that kind of good stuff in the comments section, likes the videos every single day. It's great to have you here. I'm very proud of the Mosh Pit. And thank you very much for liking, commenting, subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like thanks to pages of mine like Vincent Velasquez, Ade Ode, and Mark J. Cameron. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.